2009 was the Adrian Clayborn blocked punt. Another rainy day. It seems like Iowa gets all these rainy games when they go to Happy Valley.
I'll tell you, I have the thing that I'll always remember of that day was that it rained. I mean, they said, "Oh, it's going to rain a lot." I'm like, yeah, okay, it's going to rain a lot, whatever. It was raining buckets, and I was staying down in Altoona, Pennsylvania. My wife's family has a aunt and uncle who live in Altoona, so I would always kind of just matriculate to Altoona because it's a reasonable short drive.
Yeah.
Hotel rooms are a little bit cheaper there, so we see them at different points. So yeah, that was the here's the funny part of it was so I get to the stadium and that was their whiteout game. Okay. Yeah. So there were all these people there and the students filled up and it was still raining. And so the guy who was running the music for the pregame, every song had rain in it. It was like, Blind Melon, No Rain.
Yeah.
We'll Stop the Rain, PCR. It was like Purple Rain was played.
Sure.
It's just every song had rain in it. And I remember just laughing, and we were up there in the press box just wondering what was what rain song he was gonna Rain King from Counting Crows, and they just kept pulling all these rain themed songs up. Here's the thing I remember about the Clayborn play. That's a giant stadium. If you've ever been there, it's 110,000 people.
Yeah.
And when he blocked that kick, and we're way up in the sky, we're miles up. It's like we're on another planet kind of thing. I mean, it's just the press box is way up in the sky. And the thud that ball made, it was deafening silence.
You could hear it on television. I mean, I remember I've watched that replay obviously a million times, but yeah, you could hear that on television.
Yeah, and the thud and it got silent there, and it had stopped pretty much. It had stopped raining at that point. But yeah, and then
I just can't believe that
after that they just and that game. I think they hit like an 80-yard touchdown right on the Penn State did right out of the gate in that.
Yes,
game.
They did. Clark. It was still Clark.
Yeah, Clark hit a big touchdown.
I remember Ferentz talking to ABC after that game, and I believe they asked him, "What were your thoughts after that initial touchdown?" And Kirk just said back, "Crap," real simply, "Crap." I remember that quote from Kirk, and it's interesting because that game, obviously, I believe was it 12 to. 10, was it higher than 2? They ended up scoring more. I think that touchdown, that blocked punt that was returned for a touchdown.
It was like a baseball game.
It was a baseball. It was another one of those kind of like 2004. But I'll always think back to that play, Tom. I don't know how a defensive end, as big as Clayborn was, I know he drove right through a pretty small guy in comparison on that Penn State line, but how hard it would be to get off your spot, blow through a guy like that, get up for the punt, and then not even stop and just scoop, keep running as a guy who was that big. I mean, what an impressive play. That was obviously on his draft film, no question about it.
Yeah, he was just such a, he was a linebacker in high school. He was just a special athlete. It was, I'm looking back at the scores. It was, in the second quarter, Iowa was down 10-5, and then the Clayborn block, they went for 2 and failed, and it was 11-10. And then Adam Robinson had a touchdown, and then they got another Murray field goal. And it was 21-10 was the final.
But that play was that was the momentum changer, if you will, in that game.
Fourth quarter, and you just wondered who was going to. The Darryl Clark play was 79 yards to Chaz Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chaz Powell.
That was early, and
there was a safety. There was a safety in there. That's the one that had the safety. Iowa picked up 2 points.